the pros with SKORLDLE Live. Find out more at SKORLDLE.com/stream.
Hey, welcome to the Friday Night Recap Show. Actually, it's not really the Friday Night Recap Show. It's the entire season recap show right here on SKORLDLE, but our graphics guy took the day off. So we're going to have to go with that. Shaq, Lynn Shockford, head coach of Cashin, Adam Dieselhorst, media extraordinaire with us tonight. We're going to have 9 coaches and players on and talk to them about their state championships. What up, guys?
What's up?
What a week.
What a great weekend of high school football. It was pretty insane. All the games were really good.
We talked last week that we didn't think we'd see a game that would end with a margin of 20 points or more. I think we had one of those, and that was it, right?
Yeah, I think Rejoice Tonkawa, but it was a little skewed because Tonkawa had to try to go for it late. That game was a lot closer than what the final score showed, I thought anyway.
They were all pretty good. I mean, especially the final 4 games, I believe, came down to last possession, right? I mean, it was somebody was trying to score, somebody was trying to hold somebody out of the end zone in all of those games.
Yeah, no, it was an incredible weekend of high school football. You know, we talked about that too last week, how the weekend switched from last year. You know, that first weekend last year, everybody talked about was the greatest weekend in high school football state championship history. So I think we'll probably continue to get a lot of games like that, you know, as we move forward throughout the years. I think we've found a way to get, you know, at least the final and the semifinal games were all really good too. So I think we've really found a sweet spot when it comes to really competitive playoff games.
I thought the crowds were great. I mean, it was well represented. I mean, it virtually looked to me and I saw from the box, you know, mostly the visitor side, but all the crowds were pretty similar.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I'd love to. I guess we'll see in a couple of weeks what the gate revenues were like for the OSSA, but it looked like it was really, really well represented from every school, which is great. I mean, that's what you want. You want an environment that's really cool and something all those kids and coaches will remember forever. Hats off to UCO. I mean, I think they continue to do a fantastic job of giving our kids in Oklahoma a great venue to play their state championship games in.
All right, real quick before we get our guests on, Shaq, when are we going to know who's going to be in what district next year?
It's a great question, Mark. February is the latest information that we've gotten, so it's kind of a wait and see deal. So we decided to use October numbers to classify football, which gives us the most accurate count of kids that we can actually get that are in schools. Well, the problem with that is, so those numbers have to be pulled by the State Department of Education, which up until recently has been less than ideal. But so once those numbers are pulled, it takes the State Department about 3 months to kind of get all that where they need to get it to. So they'll give it to the OSSA in January.
Okay.
And once that happens, then it takes about a week and a half for the OSSA to go through those numbers, and you know they've got to separate out schools that don't play football, and then they've got to send those numbers back to all of the superintendents so that they can verify that those numbers are correct, and then give them an opportunity if they want to basically disagree, I guess, if they want to with what that number says. So once that's verified, then it takes a little bit more time to allow schools the opportunity to go to 8-man if they want to, or come up from 8-man if they want to. So the last date I think that the OSSA gave us was February 4th or February 2nd is kind of what they're hoping for. We had a meeting today at the OFBCA. We're going to be ready to go on February 2nd. So as soon as they say, here it is, here's who's in what class, we'll all meet that same day and try to get those districts hammered out before the OSSA meeting, which I think is like February 11th. I think is what they're shooting for to accept all those districts. So there's a lot of other things up in the air that, you know, I won't get into with Rule 14 and stuff like that. But hopefully all that stuff's settled and we're ready to go and we we can know for sure what everybody's going to do the next 2 years by Valentine's Day.
That's a lot more complicated process than I ever imagined. So,
no, it is. It's I mean, it just kind of is what it is. I mean, we're at the mercy of the State Department on a lot of this stuff and how fast that whole process works. But, I mean, we did it twice one year in a matter of 4 months. So football coaches in Oklahoma are pretty good about working with each other and doing what's best for kids in our state when it comes to the game. So we'll get it done. It'll give everybody something to talk about between now and then we can all sit back and make our predictions as to who's going to win those districts after they all come out.
I love it. Are we going to visit with Tuttle first?
Yes, we are. I will bring them in.
Very nice. What's going on?
What's up, fellas?
Hey. Hello.
Brad Ballard, Tyson Kennedy, Cruz Campbell. Hey, I got to apologize because during the game on Saturday night, I gave credit to Barrett Shoup for calling the play that won the championship game on the pass. And Barrett told me that it was actually Matt Brand that called the play. So what does Coach Shoup do, Brad? I mean, he had a headset on. What does he do out there?
Well, you could probably speak to that better than anyone, being a fellow K County legend. I know why you gave him the credit, but that's okay. He coaches his quarterbacks. He does a lot. Don't let him fool you. He's involved. So we're lucky to have him, man. We're lucky to have him.
Hey, I was really, really impressed with the patience that you guys showed the other night on that final drive. You kept handing the rock to Sean Rounceville, who was really, really good. And you guys had a great play on that wheel route to the tight end. But I was telling you earlier today, man, you got nerves of steel over there. The contest is coming down to the end, and you guys are just kind of doing what you do.
Well, that's how we practice. That's how we play. Spot it and let's go. And the great part is I didn't play a single play. These guys did, and they did a great job of it. I love their patience. This team's been gritty all year, and we'll fight till the very end. And that's how we practice. It's how we got to live on game night. So,
Cruz, tell me about your experience at Tuttle. I think you had 82 touchdowns and 4 picks. Is that right? In your 2 years there,
Yes,
go through the process of deciding to move to Tuttle and what that did for your career.
I mean, it's been a blessing to be here. The day I met Coach Ballard, I knew I wanted to be a part of this amazing program, and I wouldn't change anything that I've done.
Tyson, you're an excellent baseball player, and you also moved into Tuttle from Enid a couple of years ago, and you did a little bit of everything on the football field. So tell me about what that's like to experience a state championship.
I mean, it's crazy. I never thought that I would ever experience this. I mean, coming from Enid, I mean, it's a crazy experience. It's a great experience. I wish everybody could experience it, but I mean, it's awesome.
Hey, Mark, I've got to ask something since Tyson brought that up. So I played with your dad in high school. So now you've got some bragging rights in the household. I'm sure Eli has probably reminded you how many times he won the state championship back in 1999. So I bet you that's got to feel good a little bit, right? When you get that ring to remind him that you've got one too.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. He talks about it all the time. He tries to rub it in my face.
Well, see, they won it after I graduated, so he reminds me of it a lot too. So because I graduated the year before him, but that's awesome, man. That you got to experience a state championship and to play for Tuttle. Mark and I had you guys' game against Guthrie early in the year. When I left the box, I told Mark, I said, "Man, this team is on a mission." And we had talked about, you guys and Elgin and that kind of rematch and everything. So I think it was really cool that you guys got the opportunity and got to hoist up the gold ball.
Guys, I want to say something about TK. TK Tyson, he played those first 2 games, was our leading tackler and our leading receiver, and then decided to be Evel Knievel on a scooter and broke his leg, and we did not get him back until the playoffs, and he's still got a pin and screws in there, and he showed a tremendous amount of guts, and his path back to the game and back to our team was unbelievable for him. He deserves a lot of credit for all the work he did to get back.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Coach Ballard, you mentioned guts and grit. numerous times Saturday night. So I know you guys aren't total lifers, but I'm going to assume that, you know, once you get there and you get ingrained in that, it probably you probably find out really quickly what Tuttle's about. So just tell me, I mean, because I'm big on, like, you know, culture and your school and your town and how important that stuff is. So what's Tuttle mean to you guys?
I mean, when you walk around this building and you see trophies everywhere, you know there's a great athletic department here backing you up, and you know it's a great program in all the sports that's in Tuttle.
When I think about it, I just think about when I moved here, it wasn't only the coaches that were really involved with me. The whole community was like even the parents. Everyone's helping me out. Even the former coaches, everyone's talking to me. Even like the former players, that they're all talking to me, helping me out. It's really just a culture here. It's just how it is.
That's good stuff. Coach Ballard, what's this number? What for you? State championship.
As a head coach, it's my second in football.
So
still haven't won one without me calling the game. So maybe.
Hey, Mark, you better call every game from now on, man. I would be really upset if you didn't.
That's awesome.
I was fortunate enough to at Lincoln Christian working for Coach Melton. We won one. I was a defensive coordinator back then, and then here at Tuttle as the head coach, this was our second, and I think 2 or 3 track as a track coach. So I've been real fortunate. It's you know, I'm only a good coach when I have good players. So I get real smart when I have guys that can run and play. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me, Shaq, if you've got more, go ahead. But I was going to ask Brad about Cruz. And what you feel like he does that would help him be a successful quarterback in college.
He does everything. I mean, his preparation is what just I was floored by. His arm care. I mean, just simple little things that nobody would think about. But his routine to get warm, his routine to cool down, his maintenance program, the way he lifts, the way he works, his study. I think all of that off the field is top notch, but when he's on the field, he's Mr. Calm and cool. You saw that Saturday night. That's not new to him. That's how he is all the time. He's a very good teammate. He's a bridge builder. And I will say this, put him in a quarterback room and let him compete. Let him. He'll win the room. He'll win the team. That's his MO. He's a competitor. He's a fighter. He's everything that you want that quarterback to be.
Cruz, when they called the play to Wick, you know, it's a play where he went in motion and then ran the wheel route. Is that something that you guys had a ton of success in practice? Did you feel like that, hey, this is going to be the play where we're going to connect for a touchdown?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. We didn't rep that play that much in practice. We saw that it was going to be open in game based on our coverage. And, you know, I saw him beat that corner defender, and I just threw it up to him and hoped he would make a play, and he came down with the ball.
That's the way you do it, right? I mean,
yeah. Hey, Mark,
trust your players.
These guys are awesome. I think Wick deserves some credit too. Wick had surgery 3.5 weeks before our game the other night. He had a big screw in his foot too, and he was begging us all week long. Coach, can I play offense too? And I was like, no, we need you on defense. Well, at halftime, he wouldn't leave me alone. Coach, I'm good. And so we decided to let him have a shot back on offense. And man, oh man, if it doesn't work out like that, just so many things inside of a game, as you guys know, and all the battles these guys work through. I could not be more proud of a group for their resilience and their toughness.
Now, Brad, you become the biggest girls basketball fan out there. Give us a preview of the Tuttle girls this year.
Well, just like any girls game, there's times we don't score very well. They'll play defense and they'll hustle, and that's where the guarantees end. So, yes, I get to go watch a lot of basketball, and if she's happy, I got a chance to be happy too. So we're going to go root for some girls basketball as well.
Yeah, Brad's wife, Carla, the head coach of the Tuttle girls basketball team.
Hey, can I give a quick shout out, Mark?
To whoever you want, sure.
Well, Darren Melton. You guys all know Coach Melton, right? Yeah. I worked for Coach Melton at Lincoln Christian, and I talked to him on the phone earlier the day of the game, and he's from Adair High School, and Adair had won. He coached Bobby Klink at Jinx. Sand Springs had won. He's now the superintendent at Lincoln Christian. Lincoln Christian won. And just so happens I was the defensive coordinator on his staff when we won a state championship at Lincoln, and Jerry Rickey was the offensive coordinator on that staff at Lincoln. So Coach Melton was so excited, and what a weekend he had in his coaching tree and his alma mater. He was really excited.
That's awesome. Good
That
for
is
Coach
awesome.
Melton. He's one of the good guys.
Yes, he is, very much so.
That's a perfect transition because he's coming up next. So I think you just introed him pretty well.
Coach Rickey's one of the best, man. I love him, loved working with him, and very happy for those guys in their program. They're rolling.
That's good. Hey, Brad, I've obviously known you for a long time, way back to the old NEO days, but always respect the job you do. I mean, we used to hang out at Pittsburgh State team camp, and I've watched from afar what you've been able to do there at Tuttle, and it's really special. So I hope you guys have an appreciation for what kind of coach you have, because not only is he a great coach, he's a great guy. And soak this in, boys, because it's a big deal. Winning state championships are really, really, really hard, and they don't need to be taken for granted. And when Coach Ballard asks you how big of a ring you want, say you want the biggest one that they have.
Yeah, and show your dad.
It might be uncomfortable, but it'll look awesome in a glass case when you're an old guy like I am. So get the biggest one they got, and who cares how much it costs? You can always fundraise.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, Lynn.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
4A didn't have a lot of consecutive winners. It's a tough class, man.
I think 4A and A is about the only one that doesn't have a lot of, I mean, I say that the last 6 and A have been back to back, but traditionally it's pretty wide open.
Yeah, that's a tough class, and there was some good competition in there this year. All right, are we ready for Lincoln?
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach Ballard did such a good job of segue, and this is we don't have to do a segue. So here's Lincoln Christian.
To the guys that have already been introduced, Coach Jerry Rickey, his son Carter Rickey, also Hudson Ferris, and Connor Rowlett with us. All right, tell us about the Hail Mary. That looked like, I tell you what, that was drawn up, and it looked exactly like it looks on Sundays, man. You got a little roll out there, and you got a tip drill, and then you got a reception in the end zone. So you had to have some confidence in that play.
Yeah, it was a good play. These guys executed it really well, and we practice it every Thursday. And one of the cool things is I think they never thought we're going to use it. They barely remembered the signal for it. So
I can't imagine why they would think you would never use it.
Yeah, we're
all those close games you guys have been in over the years.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, we after we do that on Thursday, they have a tradition of practicing a celebration. So every Thursday they get together, do a choreographed setting of a celebration. And there's been some very good ones, some very interesting ones. I had a heart attack a few years ago, and they simulated a heart attack on the field, and it's a lot of good stuff. But we enjoyed it, and the kids did execute it really well. Carter threw the ball right where he needed to, and we tipped it up, and Brett Cassidy went back there and made a great catch. It was a huge momentum play in the game, and really proud of our kids for executing it.
Now, you legit had a heart attack. You didn't just like figuratively have a heart attack. You legit.
No, I did legit. So,
yeah.
And it wasn't too many weeks away from it. I was like, guys, this is a little too fresh still. You might want to just hold off a couple years. Yeah, this is a few years back. So, but yeah, it's a fun tradition. We've done it for the last 6 or 7 years, and they come up with different celebrations every year. But it's always after our Hail Mary play, and it was really fun to celebrate for real right before the half on Saturday.
Well, I blew the call because I could not see your uniforms the entire game.
We get that a lot.
My apologies to Cassidy for not having a better call on that, but that was awesome. That was a great game. I mean, Sulphur came to play, and I guess you guys talked all week about your relationship with Coach Cole, and you guys exchanged texts from time to time. But I was impressed with how they were able to play on the defensive front. I was incredibly impressed with how your defensive front was able to play. and able to keep Maddox Mobley in check a little bit. There just wasn't a whole lot of running room, but that was a big time high school football game.
Yeah, it was, we knew going in it was going to be physical. They're a super tough team. They're well coached. Their kids play hard. They play the game the right way, and you see that in Maddox Mobley. You see that in a lot of their kids. Their quarterback played outstanding, tough kid, tough to bring down. But like you said, we chipped away in the running game with we didn't get as much as we'd liked, but we kept chipping away. And Carter made some good throws to Hudson here. And then Connor on the defensive side, our defensive line, like you said, played outstanding. And in the second half, we held them down after that first drive. And then Connor got the big pick there to kind of seal it at the end. And we couldn't be more proud of these guys right here.
Players, what'd you guys do to celebrate?
Remember, we're live.
Yeah. We just kind of all got together in a friend's house, just kind of chill night because we were pretty tired from the game,
Right.
Not really. We really didn't do much. Yeah.
So Carter, I have a daughter, so I've never been able to do this before. I didn't get to coach my son. So what's it like? What's it like playing for Dad? Is it football's over at 5 o'clock and you just hang out and watch Monday Night Football, or does it never end?
It kind of never ends, to be honest. We come home and talk about it a little bit. But it's pretty chill when we're at home. But when we practice, he's definitely my coach. He's my dad as well, but he's my coach, and he coaches me hard. And that's kind of one of the things I've appreciated over the years. Being coached so hard makes me a better player, and we wouldn't be winning so much games if we weren't coached hard. So I'm just appreciative of my coaches.
Well, that's good. And Dad, I'm sure it's a pretty cool day for you to be able to celebrate a state championship with your son as well.
Yeah, I've been really fortunate and blessed. Saturday I was humbled just to be able to win one with Carter. We've been fortunate to win a few of these, so I got a gold ball with every one of my boys. And Saturday was kind of really cool that my oldest son Chase, who we won in 2019 with, he came back to Lincoln this year and coached with us. So it was kind of cool to sit there and watch him coach Carter on the sideline, and just as a dad, there's moments in the game on Saturday we just step back and enjoy it. And I was able to do that. Not much because Sulphur was putting a lot of pressure on us and keeping the game. It was a close game, like you said. But sometimes you just have to step back and enjoy being around your family in these moments.
Yeah, for sure.
Players, what are your plans after football? I mean, continuing after high school, I would say.
I'm going to OU. I'm probably going to major in business finance, and I'm not playing football after high school, but yeah.
Make sure you schedule those business classes late in the day, because my business career ended with accounting my sophomore year. Too early.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm planning on wrestling somewhere in college. I'm undecided where I'm going to go yet, but that's my plan so far.
Yeah, I'm planning on going to play college football somewhere. Also undecided. I've thought about it a lot, but there's still a lot of options happening, so just kind of undecided.
You want to give any hint as to some of the better options that you have right now?
I don't really have I've just been kind of just keeping it on the low right now, just focusing on the winning, I guess. So winning the state, and then after I'll worry about the recruiting and stuff.
But you guys definitely won this year. So one of the more impressive football seasons. I think Mark's talked about this before. I mean, any school in Oklahoma's ever had. The way your defense played all year. Just I'm going to assume that I know you guys. You practice the Hail Mary every Thursday, but at the end of the day, you're still kids, and we're all still human. And to not ever be really in a close game all year, and then to show the kind of grit and fight you guys had Saturday without really having to face much of that this year was pretty impressive. So, Coach Ricky, you guys must do a great job of getting them prepared and getting them ready, even though a lot of Friday nights probably aren't coming down to a Hail Mary at some point. But great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We scheduled, Shiloh Christian over in Arkansas, and that was a tough game. I mean, it was a battle all the way to the end, and that game really paid off for us. We thought, going into the end of the year here. But you're right. We get a lot of conflict happens in practice. We have good on good moments, and when we go good on good, it can get pretty intense out there. And so we make sure we put periods in practice where we're highly competitive. And I think these three would all tell you that it gets that way. And the coaches will put a lot of pressure on them in practice to try to simulate some of these situations. And, at the end of the day, you are what you practice. And these kids know how to function under high pressure situations. And it's because we do it in practice. And I'm proud of them for stepping up on the big stage and getting it done on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. It paid off.
Have you put any thought into the non-district schedule next year?
We're going to play Shiloh again. I believe we're going to play Heritage Hall again. And so I just need to find one more.
Coach. We're full.
Yeah. We're still looking. So, there's some things to be determined. Obviously, I think you guys were already talking about the redistricting. So, if Heritage Hall and us, assuming we're not in the same district, we'll probably play again. I haven't nailed that down yet, but we're going to re-up with Shiloh, and that's Coach Barnhart is a great guy, an Oklahoma coach, and those guys, we love playing them. They bring a great crowd here, and our kids love going over there and playing. It's a wonderful atmosphere, intense, and they always have a really good football team. So we'll continue to kind of hopefully develop that rivalry with them.
If they put you in Heritage Hall in the same district, I'd ask for an investigation. So something probably has gone wrong there. So
we'll let it play out, but I believe that'll probably not be the case. So
good stuff. Hey, congratulations. We really enjoyed watching you guys play and carrying the winning streak into next year. It's going to be fantastic to watch, and I know the program just will continue to be what it has been in the past. So congratulations to the players and the coaches.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of do what Brad did and thank, Darren and all the stuff that he's done, and congratulate Brad Ballard and the Tuttle Tigers. It's cool to see a guy that we used to go head-to-head in practice, me and Brad. I was the OC, he was the DC, and it's really a lot has to do with what Darren and put into us and poured into us, and he deserves a lot of the credit. And I couldn't be more proud to have coached under him and to take his legacy and continue it on.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Lincoln Christian. That's fun. I mean, I'll tell you what, it'd be a heck of a battle if they would play each other in a game, Tuttle and Lincoln.
Yeah, they need to see if Tuttle's open. Or Bixby.
That would be sweet. Or Bixby. I had to resend the link to Jones. So that first link I sent to him, I think, was bad. So they're efforting hopping on here shortly.
This would be a perfect time for me to let my cat in. There was another cat that was running around outdoor. And I don't know if they're friends or enemies, but hold on just a second.
Go ahead. Let your cat in.
All right. Thank you.
The cat's always an issue.
Yeah.
So Shaq, what did Lincoln Christian end up giving up on the year? Because that had to be the most points they gave up all season, right? Outside of the game.
They gave up 33 to Shiloh.
Okay. Yeah, I've got it for you. I'll pull it up right here just a second.
Not a lot total. Less than 70 points, probably, wasn't it?
Yeah, Whit Carter sent me all of the superlatives for them this year. 36 of their last 40. Well, I guess now 36 of the last 42 have been double-digit wins for them, and it's been now 1,115 days since their last loss. They're not going to take any more losses anytime soon.
Shiloh might get them next year, maybe.
I'm not sure what they, what they have coming back. But there's some other of these numbers that were something else that they had only faced 42 third downs on the season.
Oh my gosh!
42 third downs the entire year.
Wow. Well, and I mean, half of those had to come in the Shiloh game.
Probably. I mean, they had a few in the semifinals against Heritage Hall. I mean, that wasn't a runaway. That game was competitive.
We have Jones.
I tell you what's incredible, just real quick. I mean, and I meant this when I said that to them. I mean, it's really hard to get your kids ready to play in a game like that when they haven't played in a game like that in a long time. To be able to execute stuff like a Hail Mary when their kids are human. I mean, I'm sure they're going in every week like, what are we doing? Why are we working on a Hail Mary? We're going to win by 50. But It's impressive. Hats off to Coach Ricky and those kids for being prepared when they needed to be prepared.
All right, let's welcome in Jones. There we go. Kevin
What's
Witt,
up?
Jack Mendoza, Luke DeBusk, and Asen Hansen for the state champion Jones Longhorns. Coach, the goatee is primo.
Appreciate it. That's a bold move to just for men and the rest of it to make it all.
Right.
I like it. I like it. I mean, this is who I am. This is what we're going with.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to. I think to be good, you got to look good, and so you guys, I think that may have been the difference in winning it. So, what a game, man! That was a barn burner right down the wire. You guys, though, had a lot of game control. So we knew the history. All of us idiots in the media kind of talked about the fact that Washington had beaten you guys 8 times. So, what did that mean to you in leading up to it? Was there a little bit of motivation in saying, "Hey, it's our turn this time"?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of the motivation. I mean, we've been looking forward to that one for a long time now.
I do want to ask Asen, you grew up in a household with a lot of older siblings. Was that good preparation for a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, they've been through a lot, and they've shown me ways to beat the mental battles and all that stuff, and they help me extraordinarily all the time.
How much did your dad cry following the game?
Oh, he was bawling, and I don't ever see him cry. So, I mean, I kind of poked fun at him a little bit for crying, honestly.
No doubt. I mean, those are worthy tears for sure. For sure.
Yeah, those are the best. Those are the best kind of tears. Luke, Jack, tell us a little bit about the game and like what your week of preparation was. Jack, I thought you guys up front did a really, really nice job against a team that's very strong.
Yeah, the game plan was to, be the more physical team up front, and I think we did a pretty good job of that most of the night. Not everything went our way up front, but I think our guys up front definitely persevered when it mattered most, and we just got to give one time back there and let him do his thing.
Luke, 10 tackles and a fumble recovery, and that was a pretty big fumble recovery. What were you doing all the way back there?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's what I was asking myself too. But I was just trying to get to the football, and when you get to the football, good things happen, and that's what happened.
So, Coach Witt, you guys are massive. I mean, the first thing I noticed when I watched the game was, good grief, these guys are huge. This blue and gold, just drop it off every day.
Just all those 50 burgers on Friday nights, right?
Yeah, eat as much as you can, boys, throughout the week. I mean, it's insane. Just
we eat well.
high school, you guys look like you were getting ready to play Pittsburgh State or something like that. So the weight room must be paying off in general.
Oh yeah, absolutely. These guys, man, they live in that weight room. So, and we eat well around here. It's a little bit of both.
That's great. So this first state championship since what? 2018? Is that right? 16?
Yep.
All right. So did Jostens or whoever, they show up today? We ready to order the rings?
Oh yeah, everybody's calling. They're showing up tomorrow though.
That's good. That's good. Well, boys, I told some other guys this. Don't let them skimp you on smaller is not better. Big, just when they show up, show me the biggest ones you got. Leave the rest of them alone. Who cares if it's not going to be comfortable? It'll feel great when you put it on.
I do want to know from the guys what their plans are after high school and what they're looking forward to after the state championship win.
I'm going to go either play college football or college baseball. I haven't really decided yet, but that's what I'm going to go do.
I'm hoping to play college football or basketball, but if that doesn't work out, I'm going to go to school to become a teacher.
Yeah, along the same lines, I plan on going to play college football.
Is this the best line that you've had, Kevin?
It's one of them, yeah, definitely. These guys, there's been a long line of some big guys. I mean, we've had some size up there, but these guys definitely having a couple of years under their belts, one of the better ones we've had around here.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations again on knocking off Washington and exercising some of those demons and bringing home the gold ball. Great performance.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Hey.
Did you set this up, Adam, where we talked to the schools that wear green back to back?
I just asked what times work best for everybody. So there's no rhyme or reason for my producing. It's, as you could tell, that when I showed up late because I couldn't figure out how to get the stream key to work. So
Adair, I was very impressed with their gear. I thought that they had some very nice threads.
No doubt.
Contest.
Sure.
Yeah, uniforms are a big deal.
Well, it's been kind of
with 3 helmets.
It's been kind of fun this year because typically, we've shown that we have stretched our boundaries across the state with this show, and because we've had Adair on, we've had Taylor on a few times, Coach Bradbury on last week after their big victory in the semis, and then obviously now we're having them on. So, you guys ready to bring them on?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Talk about the state title.
There we go.
What's up?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Brady Bradbury and also Cooper McCord here. Is there any Tums left in your medicine chest, Brady?
No, they're all gone. We used them up.
4 weeks, 3 games, and not one of them, was decided until the very, very, very end. And so you guys played a tough non-district schedule. I think that prepares you for the end of the season in some ways. But, man, what a run. You had playing Holdenville in the second round. That could have been a state championship game. They're that good. So congratulations to you guys on that incredible run and win the state championship.
Thank you. And it was those 3 teams that we just played, any one of them could have been state champions as well. And it was just a testament to the program, what these kids have done.
But before we go any further, I do want to ask about Ryan Wilson, who was injured. He had lacerated his spleen, I believe. How's he doing? Hopefully he's better.
What's crazy, I just came back. He just got, Ryan Wilson-esque, escorted into town by the fire truck. That's typical Ryan, a little bit dramatic fashion going in and going out. And he's doing all right. It's not bleeding, so they let him come home, no surgery, just going to have to give time up to let it heal. So he's doing all right.
That's great news. I know Shaq, it was a stud on the gridiron. Shaq, would you have taken a lacerated spleen if they'd have brought you into town with a fire truck escorting you?
Oh, for sure. What a great story. He's telling that forever, right? That'll state champion and fire truck escort after you donated your spleen to the ring. You can't get any better than that. That's legendary stuff right there.
Hey, a lot of the play. We saw a lot of really good players this weekend, but one of the players I was most impressed with was Cooper. Just toughness on both sides of the football. He's playing out there all the time, and the quarterback position is a difficult position to play. But man, he did a little bit of everything. So I do want to ask him, kind of what his future plans are, and I want you to give a description of what makes him such a good player at that position.
I plan on playing college ball somewhere. Not sure exactly where right now, but I do plan on playing college and studying nursing.
Nice. By the way, before we go on, before you talk about him, that's an awesome hat.
Thank you.
That's legit.
Well, I'll talk about Coop real quick. That hat pretty much describes Coop right there. Say when. He's ready to go at any moment's notice. His toughness comes from his family, that's for sure. We finally got him talked into this summer not fighting bulls for the first time in a while. I was like, can we just go one summer without doing it, and try to make it run at this thing? But you're not going to see a guy that puts in more time, more effort into being a really good football player, but also he's a leader in our community, and he holds a special place in my heart, and he's going to be a special person here in Adair forever.
Well, I know small school football in small towns are really cool things, and I know football is a really big deal in Adair, and you guys have been really competitive for a lot of years. So I'm sure this will be something you guys won't ever forget. Both Adair grads, so I'm sure that it means something a little bit extra special to you, Coach Bradbury. But it's a cool thing. Anytime anytime you can win a state championship's cool, but I think it's really, really cool when you do it in small towns and small communities, because it'll define each and every one of you guys for the rest of your life. And you're going to be a state champion when you walk into Adair. That's a cool thing.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm not sure. I'm going to ask anyway. What is tougher, rodeo or football?
That's a hard question to answer right there. It just kind of depends on what way you look at it. I would say physically, fighting bulls has got to be a little more physically tough, but on the mental aspect, and I would say that football is definitely causes you to be a lot more mentally tough.
Now, do you get to the point where you're too big to fight bulls? I mean, like most of those guys that fight bulls are little dudes. They're like wrestling like 142 or under or something like that.
Oh, no. I mean, I've seen throughout my time fighting bulls, I've seen guys be 220, 240 pounds fighting bulls. Just depends on how well you move. There's a pocket. You get in the pocket and it's your safe spot. So
Are you riding the bull or fighting the bull?
No, he's
fighting the bull.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, I just assumed that you were trying to ride the bull. What is fighting the bull mean?
So the guys that ride them, they come off and you protect them, step in, take a shot when you have to.
Well, then there's no question. That's harder than football. 100%.
That is what we used to call rodeo
Mark claims he was a legend.
before we figured out that. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
yeah, that's my nickname around here, rodeo clown. I get called that a lot.
This is awesome.
I wish I'd have known that before the show. That's pretty good.
You could probably parlay a college football scholarship with a rodeo scholarship at a lot of these D2 universities around here. You're definitely good enough to play D2 football.
Or send the film in. I mean, if you can dodge a bull, you can dodge a running back or whatever.
When is the next time you're going to fight a bull?
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I'm supposed to fight some at the end of this month, but we'll see. I'm kind of waiting to see on what decision I'll make for college. Because I don't want to risk tearing myself up again.
Well,
Mark, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, I'm going. I'm going to be there.
There needs to be a live stream.
You're going to be close?
Oh, yeah, probably Locust Grove.
Okay, I'm not afraid to go there. That's awesome. But what's the celebration been like this week for you guys?
It's been unbelievable. All the hard work it all finally paid off, and it's been something that's like unbelievable. I still haven't kind of grasped it yet.
Same for me. It hadn't really sat in. My brother came in today and kind of summed it up well. He comes in this morning about 8 o'clock. What now? So I was like, well, enjoy it for 3 weeks and back to another one, back to the grind. So it's been really cool, and I'm glad for these guys, glad for our coaches, and glad for our community.
Okay, I do got to ask you one more question, and you may not want to answer this, but at what point in time in these last 3 games were you the most nervous? Maybe you weren't nervous at all, but I'm just saying maybe the most nervous.
I mean, I don't really know. Probably the Holdenville game on that 4th down, because that's the hump that we've been trying to get over the last couple of years. So that was definitely when I was the most nervous, but for the most part, I try to stay, calm, cool, and collected, and handle every play like it's the first play of the game.
Brady?
Honestly, I didn't get nervous. I did get nervous when Ryan went down because he was our starting free safety in the state championship game, and we had to put our freshman in there to play free safety. He ended up making the interception to kind of seal it for us, but that was probably the only time I got nervous. But probably felt all the nerves after the games were over, I would say. So.
Well, I know what takes a lot of nerves is to fight bulls. So no wonder this is easy running the playoffs for you guys in those close games. Thanks for your time, fellas. We appreciate it, and let us know about the next rodeo.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Shaq, thanks so much for doing what I was afraid to do, man, because I just assumed he was riding bulls. But, I mean, you had to clarify, and it got clarified. So,
yeah,
I knew right away. I've been around the Fairview Wrangler Rodeo before. Bullfighting.
I also can see why Coach Bradbury was like, "Hey, why don't we take a break for a little while?" I mean, that can go south in a hurry.
I didn't want to try to bring the party down with Tuttle, but we had a guy get hurt doing something off of the field my senior year in football, and I don't think I've seen a coach ever as pissed about that. And so I'm going to assume if he comes to school in a cast, that Brad wouldn't have been real happy with that because it didn't happen in practice. But
probably not.
Oh man. Okay, we got Bixby up next, right?
Yep, we do. We have Coach Montgomery, Carson, and Braden. So I'm gonna give me a little bit of. I'm gonna test out my technology skills here real quick.
I mean, is it also? I did not know that the term rodeo clown had negative connotations. I mean, you're clearly tough enough if you're going to be fighting bulls. So,
yeah, 100%.
That was amazing. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Adam? How's it
going on?
Hey, good to see you guys. You all got big smiles on your face. How did it feel to end the year with another state championship? Braden, you go first.
It was great to me just cap your season and cap your high school career off with another gold ball. I feel like that's special, and it's just a great thing to have. Not a lot of people are able to do it, and to be able to be one of those people that are, it's just a great feeling.
Now, somebody told me that you were like, maybe not right away, but I don't know if I wouldn't mind playing both sides of football in college.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Right now, I'm going for strictly DB, but I wouldn't mind playing both sides.
You get a little experience doing that at Bixby too. Carson, what's this like? You've started a ton of games at quarterback and finally go out on a win at the end of your career to add to the other championships you got.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, it was such a special moment to go out there and win that our last high school game together, and I think that team is super special to me because we've been through so much, especially since the season we had last year, and just battling back from last year and battling over the summer. And I just think we responded well, and I was just super glad to see us go out with a bang.
I got a couple more for the players before we talk to Lauren. I want each of you to tell me what it's like lifting weights at Bixby in the off season and what you do during the year.
You can go, Preston.
You got it.
So we lift like almost 5 out of the 7 days of the week that we're at Bixby, and we'll have one recovery day in there, and we have a class for it. Like if you play a sport at Bixby, it's not mandatory, but for us it is, and we all do it, and we all do it with a smile on our face, and we're excited to do it because we love lifting weights, and I think it not only makes us stronger, but it makes us better football players on the field, and I couldn't be more grateful for our weight program.
I hate lifting weights. That's why I got no state championships, and you guys got 9 between the two of you. Braden, does that prepare you for the next level?
Yes, sir. I feel like it's a good thing. Not a lot of high schools do it, so I feel like for us to do it, it's pretty special. You do it with your guys, so you have fun. It's competitive, but at the same time, you're also growing as a team, and you're getting a bond that you don't realize that you're building until you just naturally have it with your guys. So I feel like just having that extra time with the guys is like really great for us.
Lauren, congratulations on another one, man. I want to ask you this, that you've had a ton of success. I think Bill Haston told me that you guys are now 98-3 with you as a head coach and offensive and defensive coordinators. Tell me a little bit about your OC and your DC and what they bring to the program and what they bring to your staff.
So I apologize, guys. I can hear Carson and Braden and Adam, but Mark, I can't hear you. So I'm going to let all these guys answer our questions for us.
Adam, translate my question for it if you can.
Well, start back over again.
Tell us about your offense coordinator and defense coordinator.
Yeah, tell us about your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Mark mentioned, I believe, you are 98-3. Is that right, Mark?
Yeah, 98-3 with those two guys. I'm just very impressed with everything that they do, and I'm sure Lauren oversees a lot of that. But the intricacy of the sets and the things that go on the offensive side of the ball, for sure.
Basically, he just wants to know about the camaraderie you guys have with the OC, DC, and yourself, and kind of what you've built over the years. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and I apologize. I'm at my daughter's basketball game, so I had to sneak out. But yeah, I think in the coaching profession, continuity is way underrated. The way guys are moving around and transferring from school to school, and so for us to have Tyler Schneider, Rodney Flowers, Tyler's been with us for 15 years, Rodney for 14. And have those guys in leadership positions, along with a lot of other guys in our program that have a lot of longevity. I think it provides security and continuity. One hand knows what the other is doing, and so it just helps with the program and knowing kids and relationships.
That's good stuff. Hey, Carson and Braden, I got a question because I'm an old high school football coach myself. So you guys, I mean, it's never one formation, right? It's 9 shifts and 4 motions and flip flops and everything else. So, like, I know strength conditioning is huge at Bixby. Anybody with a pulse knows that. But the most impressive thing to me outside of that is how you guys can function with all that. So, just walk me through, like, and you don't have to get into a whole bunch of detail about it, but how much time do you guys spend just like learning signals and signs and words and stuff like that?
You got it, Carson?
I can't hear anything. I didn't hear anything.
All right, Braden, you can translate that question. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, it's not amazing, but it is amazing to me. I mean, you guys win all these games and you've won 8 state championships in a row, but there are very, very few procedure penalties with all of the things that are going on. So what do you hear in the huddle? I mean, do you hear one thing that you're concerned about? Obviously, Carson's got to call the play out for a lot of different positions.
For me, it's just, I mean, it's we put in a lot of new plays every week, so they always put a lot on our plate. So Mondays is always just, we go a little lighter than we normally do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, just to get the formations and everything's down. But when we get that down, it's really from there. It's just fundamental. It's just, I mean, it's the same sport you've been playing since kindergarten. So just, do your job, do the fundamental stuff, the little things. And that plays a big factor because the coaches are always telling us penalties. That's what are drive killers, and that's what can set you back to start a drive. They always tell us efficient plays are 4+, and anytime you get a penalty, you start 1st and 15, and that's an inefficient play. So we always look at it like that, and never want to put ourselves in a bad spot.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Now you've already got that jersey in the frame back there, which is pretty cool. Your brothers got framed jerseys in the house too, or?
Yes, sir.
How many are in the frame?
Just one.
Okay, all right, that's good. Is that your favorite one, the blues?
I like the reds better, but I like the blue too.
Okay, yeah, that's good. You got some sharp uniform combinations, but. Well, hey, congratulations to all you guys. Lauren, if you went outside to do this, to talk to us, then we need to send you a check or a gift certificate to Stavistanos or something like that. But we appreciate it, and we're all amazed by the things that you guys do at Bixby. Congratulations on all that success.
Congratulations, fellas.
Sir,
thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Was Lauren outside?
Yeah, he was
at a basketball game.
He was at his daughter's junior high basketball game. So
that's showing some. I don't know if it's as tough as fighting bulls, but that's pretty tough.
When you go, so what I've learned, I think, when you go 6 screens, I'm learning something new all the time with this production thing. I think that it kind of affects the audio a little bit. So I have to figure that as we go.
Well, good thing you stayed on. We would have been able to ask Lauren any questions.
I think we've got Coach Klink in Sand Springs. You guys want to go To him?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. Here he is.
Coach Klink, what's up?
You guys got me?
There's only room for one person with and that mustache.
Oh,
with
Juan Valdez is gone, so my wife is very happy.
That was at the press conference. I saw it and I thought that was something else. So
Playoff stash, man. It's our tradition.
Bobby, you played on a lot of championship teams and coached on some championship teams before, but Sand Springs hadn't won one until won one since 1966. So it was this. Compared to the others that you've been a part of, what was this one like?
It was amazing. It was really fun. Quite honestly, this is probably the least amount of coaching that I've done during one of these runs, which you always hear that great teams are led by players, and that's what this was. I was just trying to stay out of the way, be a part of getting our guys in position to make plays, and they did it. So it was a blast.
Coach Klink, I text you this after you guys won it, and I meant it. But just talk a little bit about like kind of what your mindset is in coaching 6A football in 2025, and how that factors into how you guys do things in Sand Springs. Because I think it's really, really cool to see people do it the right way and win. And I think you guys definitely did that. So if you want to, just share a little bit about kind of what your philosophy is in coaching at Sand Springs and how that plays into how you guys operate every day.
Sure. I mean, I tell parents all the time that if your son can make it through, 3-4 years of being a varsity football player at Sand Springs, they've accomplished something, because, we don't coddle our kids around here. We're going to get after them. We're going to make them feel uncomfortable, because we feel that if we can, make our kids feel uncomfortable in practice and get used to that feeling, then when the bullets are flying on Friday night under the lights, that they'll be performing and getting after it. And, there's something about this community in Sand Springs, just kind of being on the west side, right next to Tulsa. It's a big school, but it's a small town. And so the kids that decided to stick with us and not move off to other schools, the guys like Easton Webb and Don Forms, who are premier football players, who I guarantee might have been approached by some other bigger schools. They've decided to stick here, and because of that, they're going to be legends in their hometown forever. So it's a pretty cool deal.
Bobby, this 6A Division II, man, when you get to the semifinals, these games have been something else. I mean, you go back like 3-4 years. It's really, really competitive at the top of it.
Yeah.
Surviving that game against Putnam City, where you guys had to make that late comeback, did that help in any way get you prepared for the championship game?
I think so. It was funny. People asked me, what did you do? What did you say to these kids at halftime? It's like, I didn't say anything. I was just trying to stop the bleeding. We haven't given up that many rushing yards in the first half, maybe ever. They're doing some, Coach Alexander at PC was doing some unbelievable things. And so we're trying to make adjustments and all those things. And I go out into the locker room, and the guys are talking each other up, pumping each other up. And I was like, okay, if we can just make these adjustments and our kids can figure something out, I think we got a shot. And those kids just ran with it. It was unbelievable. And I do think it helped us in the state final game. Just think, with that confidence of, and even if we get down, we have the ability to come back. We have the playmakers to bring it back, which I don't think we've had, here at Sand Springs the whole time that I've been here. So it was a cool deal.
Yeah,
Lynn, go ahead. I gotta let my cat out. I mean, this is ridiculous. I spoiled. So hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Live TV.
It's live TV. Yeah, anything can happen. Hey, 1966, is that right? Last time Sand Springs won state championship.
Very unprofessional of Mark's cat right there. Unbelievable. what are we doing here?
This cat has become disruptive. We need a cage for it or something.
It's been an issue in every show. So, like, what's Sand Springs been like since you guys won it? I mean, like, what's the feel around town, school? It's got to be incredible.
It's been great. I think you kind of walk the halls, and I've shaken hands with a lot more people than I usually do. thank goodness it's not quarantine or COVID now, or I'd probably have. But it's been really cool. I think this town, it's a football town. They love their football here. They're very opinionated on what they believe is good football, and it's just been kind of fun to see the players, to see the community, the people, the players that came back to be a part of it. It means something in this town, and so it's just it's been a cool deal to be a part of.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Easton Webb, Texas State, is that right?
That's it. Yeah.
Will we see him maybe high D1 at some point in time? I mean, he's been a heck of a player for you guys.
You know what? And he was offered high D1, but he wanted to play baseball as well because he's a premier pitcher as well. So Texas State was one of the few teams that were going to allow him to do both. So for a guy to play quarterback and go be a pitcher, I mean, that just speaks of just kind of the ability that he has, and also his mental makeup. I mean, that's I can't imagine. I'm sure he doesn't know what he's getting into yet, but he will. But just knowing the kind of person he is and his makeup, the transition for him is going to be pretty smooth, I think.
Are you going to continue to schedule the way that you've scheduled?
Well, I'd like to. It's believe it or not, it's not very popular among some people around here. Which honestly, I don't care a lot of times, but I think it's a positive. And it used to be, I'd hear the words demoralizing, or I'd hear the words of it's just embarrassing. But every year I'll ask the senior players, we'll do a little senior council at the end. And I ask them, what was your favorite part of, playing football here? And every year the kids say, thank you for scheduling the way you've scheduled, because, we want to be a part of those big time, football games, go against, top flight competition. So, there might be an adjustment. I don't know. I hope not. We'll see what happens with ADM and the rescheduling. If Sapulpa moves, I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. So we've got to wait for the ADM to see what goes down.
You guys been playing Sapulpa every year since like 1915. So
yeah, I'll get fired if I don't. Yeah, I'll get fired if I don't schedule them.
You got to schedule that one.
Exactly.
All right. I want to know who wore it better. I want to know right here. This Bobby Klink right here, or this Mike Dunn. I mean, like, let's see. You can see Coach Dunn there. He's in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the hair, though. Look at the hair right here.
Listen, my hairline was like about here. I look like a Neanderthal. Those eyebrows. I still got the eyebrows, though. There's no sweat getting in my eyes, man.
Those eyebrows are solid.
Isn't that weird? But then you got Key One right there, and this boy is just signed to play. It's a weird. That's crazy. We're getting old.
Time flies, man.
We're getting old,
Yeah.
man.
Time flies.
I know. Yeah.
Coach, I think your kids they'll have a better answer to what was your best memory of Sand Springs football this year. It probably won't be week one, might be week.
No. And I'm sorry I couldn't get my kids. All our players, we play multiple sports here at Sand Springs, so we had guys going to baseball. It was hard to get in touch with some of the guys that I knew you guys would want to talk to. We had to go do a mayoral proclamation day.
Nice.
Today is Sandite football day. So we had to go do that, and it's been nuts. I got to let the kids kind of have their time a little bit.
If they gave you a key to the city, where would be the first place you would go? Like, would you go to Arnold's, someplace like that? I mean,
I don't think I can mention it on this show. No, there's a place called the Crescent Cafe that is, it's unbelievable. I think you can still smoke in there, and get your breakfast. So go in there, order me bacon, eggs, hot cup of coffee, and maybe a Parliament on the side. I don't know.
There's a place. Can you smoke and where you at the Flamingo in Enid, Adam?
Yes, you can. You can.
It makes the burger better.
There you go.
Bobby, man, congratulations. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it so much. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you bet.
We'll look to see you
Congratulations.
soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
I wish we did have a before and after picture of his mustache that he showed up with at the press
It
conference.
was
on Thursday.
legit.
Yeah,
I mean, it was big time.
The problem with that is if I was going to grow something like it, I mean, you have to maintain it to a certain degree.
Yeah, 100%.
Mark, what is the deal with your cat? Well, I mean, it's
I don't
fine now, but
cat. I mean, most of the time the cat does nothing. Just finds a place to sleep, and it eats, and then at all weird times of the day, it wants outside. Like it wants outside in the middle of the night. I usually don't get up and let it out, but it knows I'm here, so it's going to continue to try to get my attention.
I believe Coach Dunn is joining us from AD convention in Florida.
Is he in Tampa Bay?
That's what I think he said when he texted me earlier on. So
Nice.
we got him, and
Well,
he's got players. So I'm gonna see if I can not screw this up. Now, remember, we're gonna have to make sure they can hear us. So we'll have to start that first, if that's all right. So I'm gonna bring him in and make sure they can hear everybody. Is that cool?
Yeah. Okay. Live from Ybor City, we have. There's the players.
Ybor City.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on, fellas?
You been to the beach all day?
We made a trip over to the beach. We went down to Clearwater a while ago and a couple hours ago and got to see that whole deal. It's a pretty cool place.
What's the temperature there right now?
Well, they're going through a cold front. If you would have seen the people there at the beach at Clearwater, you'd have thought we were in like Lambeau Field, but it was like 68 degrees and there's people bundled up with beanies and big parkas on. It was pretty funny.
It's not that warm here, so you still have the better end of things.
No doubt.
Can you guys hear us?
We
Elijah,
can.
Andy?
Can you all hear us?
Okay, good. All right, we're all good with everybody. Congratulations, guys. I mean, this is an incredible accomplishment to win another one, to go to 20 state championships all time. Mike, tell us a little bit. I thought in the game it was a physical game. I mean, McGinnis did a really good job against you guys at times on the line of scrimmage, and then whether it was Delijah's patience running or Anderson stepping up and making some big throws on third down, I thought you guys went up against a pretty good game plan and had some success and really made it to the point where it was not a contest at the end.
Yeah. To speak on McGinnis first, those guys, they do a great job. Anytime that we play them, we know it's going to be a physical football game. We know it's going to be a 4-quarter fight with them, and they're always well coached. Coach Stringer, and Coach Pierce before him, and then Coach Jones before him. They're all from the same tree, and so that's one thing you can always count on with them. They're going to be really well coached. They're going to play really hard. And they're going to have good game plans. And I thought what they did was tough on us. No one has really slowed down Elijah very much this year, and he had 4 touchdowns the other day, but they slowed him down a little bit, and that was a testament to them. They did some good stuff, and they were getting a lot of hats to the football, which is always something when you watch other defenses. Something that we look for is, how do they play effort wise on that side of the ball. But McGinnis did a great job, but our kids overcame it. Anderson had a really big day, which he's done all year long for us. He's been really consistent, and the other day he was 17 of 24 for over 200 yards passing and a couple touchdowns. So, both these guys stepped up big time against a really good football team.
Yeah, I'm going to read some of these numbers for these guys. No interceptions this year for Anderson. I mean, that's incredible. Threw for 2,200 yards and change and 25 touchdowns. Had a QBR of 142. Delijah has 44 rushing touchdowns. We were looking up some of those numbers. There's only been a couple of players in the state of Oklahoma that have had that many in a season, and not, I don't think, any at the level that you guys are at and above, and all of those multiple touchdown games, and one Gatorade State Player of the Year. So congrats, guys, on some well-deserved honors. Tell us what it means to play at Carl Albert, because and I know some of your teammates were there on the sidelines that have won state championships, but your coaching staff has a ton of coaches that have been around and seen a lot of things, and that tradition has to mean so much for you guys to win the way that you do.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. Growing up and watching all these big-time players and seeing how they handle stuff and watching them play and then getting your turn, it really feels great.
Just seeing the type of people that the former players of Carl Albert become, it's a really good thing to look up to. And another thing is, it's kind of funny that, we had just won the 20th state championship, obviously, but one of the coaches in the locker room today were talking about 21. So I thought that was pretty funny. It's a constant tradition, and it's something that I don't feel like is ever going to end.
You guys both had to kind of wait your time to get on the field. Tell us what it's like looking forward to knowing you're stepping into pretty big roles and what's gone before you guys at those positions.
since freshman year, seeing all these quarterbacks that are really good and knowing that you're not going to be able to play for a couple of years, and then finally getting that opportunity, it felt great, and just had to make the most out of every opportunity.
Xavier Robinson and LT Simmons, two great running backs and two great mentors, and then Coach Cam. Those are just three great guys that when you're a running back, those are the people that you want to look up to. So, learning things from Xavier my freshman year and learning how Carl Albert really runs, it's different from everybody else. So, that was one of the best things that really jump-started me.
Mike, you got 17 of the guys of the 22, I think maybe 17, maybe 18 of those guys that started the game last Saturday back next year.
We do, yeah.
That's a good thing. What are you going to do to motivate these guys?
Yeah, well, it doesn't take a whole lot to motivate these guys. Just like Elijah said, they were already talking about it as soon as the game was over. They were already talking about number 21 and doing it again next year and running it back, And so for us, our guys, they show up every day. I think, Coach Montgomery said something about the continuity and consistency. It's the same in our program where our guys, they expect to do it every single year. Doesn't matter if it's, my first year, I think we had one starter on both sides of the ball coming back in 21, and we ended up going all the way to the semifinals and got beat in the last minute and a half by Collinsville, who won state, and then to have a year like this where we've got a bunch of young guys, it was the same expectation. Then next year, having a bunch of veterans showing up, it's going to be the same expectation. So just that consistency, I think, is what makes Carl Albert special.
Well, I would caution this, Coach Dunn. I'm sure you know this and your kids know this, and that's go win number 21, but don't lose sight of what you just accomplished. I mean, win a state championship's a big deal, and I would tell you this. I'd tell your players this, and anybody that would listen. I mean, don't sleep on this one. Enjoy this one for a while, and I'm sure that at Carl Albert, this is just what we do, and that's the expectation, and we're going to win a state championship, and anything less than that's a disappointment. But at the same time, I hope, and I'm sure you do, I hope you guys take a minute to really relish in the fact of what you just accomplished, and not just have laser focus the next day or 5 minutes after the game on what you're going to be able to do next year.
Right, absolutely. And these guys, they'll take some time before it really gets kicked into off season and all those things. And I always talk about this week. It's the fun stuff, the fun stuff that you get to do after you win a state championship. But just like you said, there's so much that goes into the process, and every team, the goal is the same, but the journey is always different. And there's things that, looking back on these last 3 or 4 seasons, there's little points and memories that you can bring up and think about, and players that have stepped up and done big things for us, guys that we might not have expected it from. And it's always the fun stuff to look back on. And we cherish those moments. And, it's kind of like what you said. It's a blessing and a curse. We tell our kids all the time that it's a blessing and a curse at Carl Albert, that, you can have a season like we did our first year where we probably overcame a lot more than we have these last 4 years, but we went, 10-3 and got beat in the semifinals. And that wasn't enough. It wasn't a good season, which, that's something that we put on ourselves. And as coaches, we obviously know that team, it surpassed a lot of expectations, and a lot of good things happened from that team. And these last 4 teams wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for that team, And so I really appreciate that, Shaq.
Yeah, you got any good meals? Go ahead, Shaq.
No, I was going to say, I mean, obviously Coach Dunn's, this week's the fun stuff. I mean, he's in Tampa. So,
you got any good meals lined up down there?
Soaking in the sunshine.
Yeah, we've hit up a couple places. Columbia was good. We went down to Ybor City last night. Went to a little place called Carmine's, and we went to Hat Trick tonight. I don't know if you've ever been there, a little sports bar, and there's a Lightning game tonight, so we're getting to see they're playing the Florida Panthers, and so we've seen quite a bit in the hockey world just in the last few hours out here. Pretty wild. It's a different breed.
Who would be your best hockey player?
Oh, what do you guys think? Who would be our best hockey player?
Remember, you got to skate.
I've got one. Jake
Good
Miller.
balance.
Jake Miller would be an enforcer. or Bo Davis.
I think Darion would be good.
Darion would be a good hockey player. That's right.
Yeah.
Coach Dunn expertly dodged that question, kind of the way that Elijah dodged tacklers. That's pretty impressive.
No doubt.
Since he was on before, now he can't come back at you. Do you have any Bobby Klink stories that you'd like to share?
I love Bobby Klink. I was about to say, how do you follow up Bobby Klink? That guy, you talk about the best. If there was an award for best coach follow on Twitter, it would
100%.
definitely go to Bobby. Oh man, guy's the
I
man.
say it all the time.
He's a legend. Bobby's a legend.
Awesome.
We've scrimmaged them the last 2 years, and it's been great. I texted him the other day and I said, hey, why don't you drop? You were talking about this a while ago, but I said, why don't you drop Bigsby and Owasso and play us? You know, you're sitting there playing Hawk Hogan and Ric Flair. You know, come play us. You know, and since we're driving 2 hours anyways, let's play a game. But
you sure that's a good deal for them?
Oh yeah, that our scrimmages have been. These guys will tell you our scrimmages have been unbelievable. You know, we probably got the best of them a year ago, or 2 years ago, and then this past season, this season we just finished, they definitely got the best of us. And so I think it's made us better. He and I talk all the time, and I'll text him throughout the season, and you know, iron sharpens iron, and I think that's you know, he's just like me. We want to schedule the best out there just so we can get ready for a district run and then a state championship run.
I think I'm going to turn my notifications on for Coach Klink's tweets now. So
yeah,
you need to.
Okay, I got it done. Well, have a good trip coming back from Florida. Mike, we'll see you soon, man. And amazing. It's our pleasure to get to watch you guys and the things that you do. It's fantastic, and look forward to seeing Anderson and Elijah on the field again next year.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, Jack.
Jack, you ever been to Ybor City?
No, I never have. I probably should have gone to the AD convention, but then I would have missed out on this tonight. So, you know, tough call.
They have the Gasparilla Festival there. Do you know about that?
No, I don't. I need to go, apparently.
Gasparilla was a mythical pirate. the Gasparilla Bowl.
I thought it was a drink. Isn't it a drink too? That's
I think that's Shasparilla.
Oh, okay.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
Hey, Shaq. Andy Campbell wanted to know, was wondering if maybe Coach Dunn could get Baker's autograph for you while he's there.
I'm sure they're out. I'm sure they're on the road this week.
I don't know who they play this week, man. They got a break with the Panthers losing, so it just comes down to those 2 of those 3 meetings. Do we have Rejoice?
We do. We've got 2 more up. We've got Rejoice, and then we've got Talahina. And so I will bring Rejoice is making it easy on me. They're all in one room, so
nice.
Here they
That's
are.
pretty good.
Champions, Rejoice Christian. What's up, fellas?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hey, I mean, is everybody keeping their distance from Camion?
Yeah.
How sick were you last week?
Just throwing up a lot.
Okay, that's sick. That's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, he had to leave school and go get some IVs, and I think he threw up 5 times at school. And not the phone call that you want to get on the day of a state championship game.
No. I mean, and I didn't know that until after the game. I mean, so that's pretty impressive that he played that way. Brent, tell us who you got with you tonight.
We got, of course, number 1, Camion Compton Nero, quarterback DB. We got number 40, running back, middle linebacker, Noah Goodwin. Number 16, middle linebacker, Cade Schaefer. And then number 4, wide receiver, defensive back, Zizi Okwufulezi.
Yeah, I want all of these guys, I mean, have had incredible careers, and I thought all had really, really good games on Thursday. Noah, you know, running the football, I've been impressed with you the last couple of seasons that I've seen. Just low to the ground, but with a lot of force. Did you know going in that you were going to be as big of a part of the game plan as you were on Thursday?
I mean, yeah, I figured because, I mean, the twin football games, you got to throw it, but you got to run it too. And I know I'm a hard runner. I run behind my pads. So I figured I'd do pretty well running the ball.
And then I just Zizi, you're amazing. A couple of touchdowns and interception. You were great in coverage in the game the other night. I want to ask Brent this too, but I want to get your thoughts. What's the best way to defend you? Now that you're out of the high school ranks, we don't have to, nobody can't give this away.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know what to tell you if they can.
Okay.
They can
Just
try
say
to
it's not a
double
good
me,
way.
but I mean,
Two guys, bracket coverage.
I don't know if there is a
Run the
coverage.
wing T.
Try to play keep away.
I mean,
I think they were trying to use a little bit of the bracket coverage, but I didn't think that was very successful. But I mean, Brent, what a difficult matchup he is at his size and his athletic ability.
Tremendous, you know, and they, like you said, Mark, they did bracket him a lot from the get. And that just helps Noah right here pound the football. And then Holt Wilson had some early receptions. You know, we had some success doing that. But then, you know, the thing about bracketing too is when you send a guy across the field or send him in motion, you kind of lose the bracket a little bit. But the moment they got off of him immediately in the bracketing is when he scored his second touchdown. And we immediately just called a quick out to him on a sprint smash concept. And he really didn't have anywhere to go on that. I mean, he faced up with the corner and had about 2 yards between him and the sideline, but made him miss. And then once he gets out, I mean, they had guys with angles on him. And, you know, but when he gets out, he's lightning fast.
Okay, Cade, how many number 16s are out there? Is there just one of you?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you look like you were everywhere. Tackles for loss, you had 3 of them in the championship game. What do you like the most about playing defense? And where do those instincts come from? Because it's got to be there's got to be some of that to make as many plays as you do.
I'm pretty physical, so I like making contact and going after the ball. And that's really about it, really. Chasing the ball.
Well, Cade just has a relentless nose for the ball. Like it hacks him off that someone's got the ball. And he wants to get there.
Hey, Shaq, I mean, like they told me that you got to play discipline, like you can't chase the ball. But I mean, so it's just a different level of athlete, I think. But the fact that he can chase the ball and get to the ball almost every time that's really good stuff.
Hey, Coach Marley, obviously known each other for a long time, competed against each other quite a bit. Got a ton of respect for the job that you do there at Rejoice and the program that you built. But you said something
to you, Lynn.
You said something after the game the other night that really hit me like a ton of bricks. Playing football is not something, not who you are. It's something that you guys do at Rejoice. I believe was the quote or close to the quote that you gave. Can you just expand on that a little bit and let the world know who's watching tonight, kind of what that means to you and to your players there?
You bet. You know, obviously we're a faith-based school, so I'm probably able to do some things that other schools can't, and I realize that. But we tell these guys all the time that football is not their identity. They're going to be husbands, fathers. They're going to work careers that God calls them into. They've got things that they've got, you know, plans and a purpose for them. And when you ask them, I think I said this at the media day that Mark was at, but when you ask them when they're 25, 30, 45 years old, they're not going to say they're high school football players. And so we told them this last year too, and then going into the game the other night, it's kind of a message every really in the big games. We did it at Pecola. We did it, I think, every week of the playoffs that, hey, this is not your identity. This is something God's blessed you with the ability to do. So guess what? The biggest victory has already been won for you. Now just go out and have fun. We got nothing to lose. I mean, we felt like all the pressure in the world was on Hooker last year because they had 2 silver balls. And then we felt like all the pressure in the world was on Tonkawa the other night because we had already got a gold ball and had been there, done that. And so let's just go have fun. And I think the message is true. We're not trying to deceive them, but I really do believe that it allows them just to go play and have fun. And we tell them all the time, like that game that night, it is important, but it's not special. You don't want to say things to your players like, hey, it's do or die. It's now or never. Don't make this your last Tuesday practice, you know, in the previous weeks of playoffs. I hear coaches say that or whatever. They don't need that pressure. You're going to play a football game. You know, we had a 5th grade girl's funeral from Rejoice last week. And And I tell you, get a little emotional thinking about it. But this dad of this girl, his wife has also been diagnosed with cancer, and the 5th grade girl was their only child. And we were able to tell these guys, that's pressure. Going to play in a state championship game is not pressure. That's a blessing. And so there's a lot more to life than so let's prioritize this, right? And soak it up and enjoy it and love each other tonight and have fun.
That's a great message.
Great answer. Fellas, rings, have we ordered them? Have we looked at them? We're going bigger than we did last year. Gonna go get weird and get a black one or something, or what are we doing?
I don't even know yet. We don't know yet. We got size today, though.
We got size today. We're gonna
design Thursday.
Design on Thursday. Yeah.
They're saying that, guys, but they've already hinted to me they want a black one because we wore all black.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
It's a popular thing.
Shaq knows about how this ring ceremony goes. I had no idea that it happened so fast.
It's a big deal. Coach Marley started getting emails probably Saturday morning, Friday night from ring companies.
Hey, where do these guys come from?
I don't know. It's wild. I don't know how they, but they know. They always know. I even get them like our cheerleaders won state this year again. It's the same thing. As soon as it's over with, I start getting blown up.
It's like vultures, They're watching.
It is. Good problem to have, though.
Did you go to the Army-Navy game?
I did last year right after we won, but I did not this weekend. It would have been a much better weekend to go playing on a Thursday night. And that story last year, we went straight there, me and our special teams coach, and had been up for 49 hours at the end of the Army-Navy game. I mean, we were feeding our kids breakfast and then going to UCO, playing state championship game, then driving to Northwest Arkansas at 3 a.m. for a 5 a.m. flight, and then flew in, rented a car, got to Commander Stadium, watched the Army-Navy game, went to the Airbnb, and it had been 49 hours straight. We had won a state championship and saw an Army-Navy game and never went to sleep.
It's a great weekend.
That's crazy. But, no, I didn't go this weekend.
Camion, you're going to basketball, ZZ basketball as well. And though you're going to University of Oklahoma, what are the rest of you guys' plans as far as after college? I know Camion's got 2 more years.
You said plans after college?
No, plans after high school. My bad. I'm sorry. I did say plans after college.
I mean, I got 13 offers from some smaller schools, so I'm gonna kind of just see where that takes me as of right now.
Any ones you like particularly?
There's Kansas Wesleyan down in Kansas. I like that one a lot. I went on my official visit the Friday after state, and that was pretty cool. So got a good community up there. I got a lot of good culture.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cade?
I'm thinking about playing football. I've got a little bit of interest right now. I just don't have a lot of film out, but I'm just thinking about doing that. And then I got to run track. I got track in the spring, so I got to finish out track, and then think about where I'm going to go after that for football. So I don't know what schools I'm going to go to yet. But
what track and field events?
300 hurdles, the 4x400, and then a sprint at like a 100-meter dash every once in a while to keep my speed up. But mainly the hurdles and the 4x4.
If you run the 300 hurdles, you got to be tough.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's the worst racing track. It really is. It's bad. Camion, ZZ, you guys coming to Norman Friday?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town.
Okay.
But I'm definitely gonna be watching.
You got a prediction for the game?
It's so hard to beat a team twice, but I think OU's still gonna pull out with it. I think it's gonna be a really close game though. It might come down to the fourth quarter to see, but I think it's gonna be a close one for sure.
Well, congratulations. We appreciate you guys. And Brent, I'm telling you, I picked Tonkawa to win this game. I got rope-a-doped on the previous week's scores of what happened with them in Pecola and then you guys in Pahuska. And so don't ever take that as disrespect for the incredible job that you guys do.
That. We commented on that.
Yeah.
And you know what? You guys helped us out because that became material for them. And,
that's good. Well, we were already basically claimed a state championship last weekend. Who was that we picked against? So we got our second ring this week. But no, I'm sure that if that was motivation for you guys, you didn't need it because
Well-
the performance on Thursday was a masterpiece
Thank you.
on both sides of the football against a good football team, and you guys looked much the best football team that night. So we get things wrong. I get things wrong all the time, but I've been really impressed with. Got a chance to see you guys play on your home field last year, and I had a lot of faith in you guys this year. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Well-
Hats off to Coach Harmon and Tonkawall. Did a heck of a job. I'm sure they looked at it and didn't feel like they played their best game, and he's done an incredible job there. And thank you guys for making high school football more special.
Well, we appreciate it. We like to have a little fun, and it's our honor to watch teams like you guys play. So congratulations, and we'll see y'all again soon.
Thank
you. Congratulations, Coach.
All right,
Good
appreciate
luck,
it.
fellas. Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Hey.
I think they had a lot to do with Tonkwall not looking good.
Yes.
Okay. Let's a lot of miles on the next bus. Tallahassee. Let's bring in Coach Kelly Gravitt and Landon Griffith. Adam, you want to break some news for us right here?
Yeah, Landon is the SKORLDLE Player of the Week.
Nice.
So I will break that news. So
Nice.
yeah, we Mark and a handful of others we got together, and so we'll be making that announcement probably tomorrow on social media. So congrats, Landon. You deserve it. You've had a great year. There's been other times you've been up for the opportunity too as well. So a lot of people don't realize we stretch all the way across all over Oklahoma, and so we've got people all over the place, and your name has been brought up a few other times. So you deserve it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm sure the gold ball matters a whole lot more, but maybe we'll get you a T-shirt or something.
I've been to Tallahassee a couple of times. I've been on the Talamina Drive. Shaq and Coach Hardaway say there's a really good barbecue place there, but you're not getting to Tallahassee unless you mean to get to Tallahassee. So both of you guys tell us what there is to do. Give us a scouting report of the town for the people that may not know.
Yeah, first, let me say thanks for having us on. It's special to get to do an interview with you guys, and that means you're doing it at the state championship weekend. So thanks for having us on. Like Shaq says, people know where Tallahassee is because of the football program, or maybe Talamina Drive the last 20 years. And there's it's just a small town in southeast Oklahoma up in the mountains, and so you're either coming here to play football or you're lost. You're lost coming somewhere. So not a lot going on, but amazing people, amazing town, and we love it.
Yeah, I would say there's not that much to do really out here, but I'm a country kid. I fish, I go hunting, I do all kinds of stuff.
Where'd you learn how to throw the football?
What?
Where'd you learn how to throw the football? Because you do that pretty good.
I just played quarterback my whole life. I went to a lot of camps. They taught me pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
So have you guys figured out who you want to play you in the Disney movie that they're going to make about this season or your last couple seasons? Have you talked about that at all? Like, you got any short list of who you want that to be?
Yeah, no, we're still trying to just soak it all in. And I heard you guys saying you guys are right. It's rare air here in Tallahassee, and especially it's just, I don't know. It's so surreal, so special. We just can't fathom, what has taken place throughout, but especially the last couple of days, and just trying to soak it all in. And I know that's being funny, but it is a really good story, and whatever comes of it, it is what it is. But these guys are special, and like we talked about Shaq, and it just means the world to me. I think we counted over 700 texts or calls since Thursday. And 3 years ago, there's 3 or 4 just my inner circle of people that we'd have family dinner after a ball game, or in case we didn't have a team. So it went from 3 or 4 people, reaching out or whatever, to over 700 texts. And it's just really, really, it's really special to me, Shaq, the kind words that you say, and the friendships that I've had, and throughout the, making friendships in my coaching career. And I had a couple guys speak to us this week, and another dear buddy, he drove up to give a little pregame, and Not that these guys needed it, because but his heart was heavy for me and the program, and it means the world to me. To win a state championship is my greatest day of my 46 years on earth, and right, wrong, or different. And that's what it is, and that's my heart, and it's even more special to get to do it with the people I love, and my best friends in the room, and of course this is his son, and just watching the process, and these guys trusting the process, and the community just not giving up. It's really, really, really something special.
That's awesome. So, Landon, your coach is TikTok famous, right? I mean, his pre and post game talks are legendary at this point. So, just tell me what. I mean, I got my version of Coach Gravitt, and I know what he means to me and the friendship that he and I have. But what's he like as a coach?
He's amazing. He's an amazing person too. I mean, he's like a second father to me, if I'm being honest.
That's probably can't get a better answer than that.
You got another year left to come back, and you guys do have a lot of teammates returning. Kelly, you did kind of talk about in the press conference that being there was important, and it made it seem to me just kind of like that you guys really enjoyed the process, and you'd had a tough game the week before against a really good Fairland team and another really good quarterback in Carson Schertz. But what was it like getting over the hump, and what was the confidence like that you guys were there and you weren't coming home with the silver ball again this year?
Yeah, like I said, stat-wise, we're not even close to the same football team. We're not any different, and like I said in the media day, we had to fight our tail end off to get to the final. So nothing's given, and we understand that. But I told these guys, and evidently it may come out or not. The pregame at the state championship is it's not by accident, and everybody works hard. I get it, and man, the guys that's on here previously, they're top notch and they're first class and they're the best to ever do it. But we do things right down here too, and we work really hard. And what happened against Fairland, it's not an accident. I mean, we scored on that double post. If that safety drives down, he throws it over top. We scored on that play 40 times in 2 years, and so now we had to have some help. We had to make big fourth down stops, and we got out of the way and let them get in. Let them score to try to get the ball back, or they're going to beat us and kick a field goal to win the game like they did the week before. And so no doubt that some things we're doing is not luck, but we had to have some help to get there. And so in that game, that was just back and forth and trying to figure out how to match those guys and stop those guys, because man, Fairland was a really good ball club, and it was a fun football game, an awesome football game. And I don't know if anybody deserved to lose that football game. We just fortunate enough to come out on top. But that did certainly get us ready for the state championship game. And Rejoice talked about pressure. And man, I try to put these guys in many pressure situations every single day. First down's pressure situation when I call a play in practice. Pascal, every snap, I'm on their tail, and it's rough and it's hard. And I try to put them in as many pressure situations that I can. That way, when big time ball, like the semifinals, and that game helped us in the finals. And we knew it. Hats off to Coach Chris and the Hominy Bucks, man, they are so big and they're so physical. And, watching the Fairland tape, Fairland got up on them 20-8 at halftime, and then they came out and didn't panic, didn't hit the panic button, didn't shy away from the script, it looked like. And they just said, hey, and exactly the same thing to us. They were playing zone coverage, and we're running some shallow stuff and some crossing routes, and then +1 run game. And we're up 18-0 at half, and then I knew exactly what they were going to do, and I told the guys exactly what they're going to do. And we prepped it all. It was a short week, but we prepped it all week. Guys, I'm telling you, you better grab it, you better strap it up a little more, bite down a little bit harder on the mouthpiece, because they're fixing to try to bloody your nose, and that's exactly what they did. And been in that game before, and last year, of course, hats off to Woodland. We didn't have a chance in that football game. We were excited to be there. The town, it was electric, to bring a silver ball home. But we thought we had a chance this year, and so we debated. I debated on whether to take the ball or take the win. And we've been scoring early and often throughout the year, and so we took the ball and they 3-and-outed us. And so then they get the ball and they just start marching, and they showed the physicality and the beef up front. They're really good on the line, and the quarterback is he speaks for himself. But Lando, he strips it down there as they're going in, and then we ended up going 90 yards, 80 some odd yards or whatever to get points on the board first. And I told them there, if we can get the win the second half, then we can be able to do some things, and was forcing up go up 18-0 at halftime. But again, I told them they're fixing to bloody your nose. And that's exactly what they did. And man, they formationed you to get corners in the run fit. And we all know corners, corners don't like to tackle really. And that's what we're trying to do, make corners tackle our guys. And so they just formation us and unbalanced, and they got +1 or even 2 at sometimes, and they got in end zone, and we were able to answer back. And I felt really, really good about it right there at the middle of third when it was 23-8, I believe. Then, of course, championship football, you got to play your best football. You got to play clean football. And they did some good things and got pressure on us, double edge pressure at times. And they were able to get the ball back 2 times, and then kind of stole momentum of the game. And then we just had to weather the storm. And luckily, thank goodness, coach called a timeout and drop a play. And we thought the quarterback was running, and he rolled out to pass. And then Talon Griffith leveraged the football, which we hadn't got to do a bunch throughout the evening, or the day, and he leveraged the ball, and then we were able to tackle and come up short, and and ended on downs. But playing those last 2 games and how it happened, I don't think it can make for a better story. And so, but our guys, talk about my guys, there's no panic in them either. We kept to the script, and we was hoping it ended. I think it ended the way the perfect story needed to end. To win a state, we were able to score however many points we scored this year and put up awesome numbers on offense. But we won the state championship on the last play of the game on defense.
No, that was unbelievable. It was you guys on that press conference on Tuesday. Hominy they had 2 of the biggest linemen I think I've ever seen, and those guys were intimidating. I looked over to your guys, and I'm like, man, these guys, this might not be real good for Talena with the size that they have, and the quarterback I think is even bigger than the lineman that they brought. But you guys scrapped and fought and proved that you were deserving of winning the state championship. So it was just another one of the great games this week. But I was really impressed with your guys last year. I was down on the field and watched them, especially land and throw the football. I'm like, man, this is got some zip on it. Good athletic players all around it, and you guys have certainly proven the toughness. Is that the Gatorade cooler back there that they dumped on you behind you?
No, that's
okay,
just
a different one.
I'd be lying if I said it was.
Shaq, anything else?
Just congratulations. I've talked about this, all year, and Kelly, you and I have talked about this. I'm just so happy for you guys. I'm happy for you and the community and the town of Talahena. If anybody's done this that deserves a state championship, it's you, and it's Talahena. So I'm hats off to you guys, and enjoy it, boys. Soak it in. Every day for as long as you can, and I promise you it'll never get old. And at the end of the day, you guys are going to be state champions in your hometown for the rest of your life, and that's a really cool thing.
Yes, sir. Special. I don't know if it'll ever wear off, but I just smile and think about it. 100 times since it happened, and I woke up the next morning. I ate a sausage biscuit and drank a milk with the gold football sat under the Christmas tree. So it's special for sure, Shaq. Here, and again, buddy, thank you for your friendship. You mean the world to me, and thanks for helping me out over the years, and it means a lot.
You guys get to do it again next year.
Nothing make it better if we could run it back.
Thank you all. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. That was a fun show. Got to talk to 9 different state champion head coaches and players from across the state. That was really cool. I did think Ballard, he made a pro move when they presented the trophy to him because he kissed the gold ball. I've not seen anybody do that. Shaq, did you, when they were handing you your gold balls, what did you think I'm going to do here with this?
It's a lot different now than it was back, when we won it. Well, the first one was during COVID, and you couldn't touch anything or anyone. But the way they do it now is way different. They just handed it to the team. I probably was the 40th person to touch the gold ball either time. But I'll say this: we've talked about this, Mark. You've talked about this. The OSSA's done a good job, in the last couple of years of really making that the post game really special for both teams. And I'll tell you this: I've lost more state championships than I've won, but and it's hard. It's hard to stand out there when that happens. But I think the way that they do it kind of makes it, to where, even if you're not the state champion, you're still celebrated, and your kids are still celebrated, and your community is still celebrated. And I think that's, the older I've gotten and been able to look back on some of those that we weren't able to win. I kind of wish we would have celebrated a little bit more the fact that you're there and you're bringing home a silver ball is still a really big deal. A lot of people don't ever even get to do that.
I also thought another cool moment was, after all of the Class AII is a lightning rod for controversy. We've talked about it on the show, but that Lincoln and Sulphur all got together to have a prayer at the middle of the field after that game. As hard fought as that game was, and I know that Sulphur feels like, man, we gave up that Hail Mary, which is a little bit of a crazy play, as well as Lincoln executed it to make it something that worked. But hard fought game like that they were able to show some great sportsmanship. So I think there are times when we see displays that aren't sportsmanship or unsportsmanship like, but we didn't have any of that these past 2 weeks. So I think all the coaches and players should be commended for that.
No, for sure. And I'll say this, regardless of what, people's take is on a lot of things on social media or communities or, chat rooms or whatever, the coaching fraternity in Oklahoma is pretty tight. And, if you find yourself in a situation, just like with Coach Gravitt, we became friends because we competed against each other for three years in a row. I've gotten to know Coach Marley because we competed against each other for 5 years in a row in games that really, really mattered. And you get to a point to where the mutual respect that you have for each other it gets to be really, really high. And I think for the kids it's the same thing. Sulphur knows what Lincoln's kids are about, and Lincoln's kids know what Sulphur's kids are about, and same way with Carl Albert McGinnis or Bixby and Owasso or whoever it is. And the world's a lot smaller now than it was, when we were kids. These kids know each other, and they Snapchat each other, and they know each other. And I think when you can do that, and you find yourself in a competitive situation, a lot of times you get a lot of respect for each other. I thought you saw that. I thought the games this weekend were incredible, and I think a lot of that just because those kids and those coaches at those programs just went out and laid it on the line, to try to win a state championship. And somebody's got to lose, but that doesn't mean that you can't appreciate the effort that was put into it to try to win.
Adam, I was going to say, Shaq, you've done a great job on these recap shows. I've had a blast working with you, man. It's fun to be able to host a show with somebody that's got as much knowledge as you do and has the connections that you do of knowing everybody. But we're going to probably have to find a new host next year. Looks like you got a pretty good team coming back. So you can't host this show and compete in the playoffs. You'd rather compete in the playoffs.
I said this last week. This has been great. I've loved this, but I hope I never get to do it again. That would or at least that I'm in Tampa with Coach Dunn, and we're both talking to you in the same room after we both won it. So
we can, we'll have to find a loser next year to join us. So
well, I would second what Mark said. I think and Mark, I appreciate you. Obviously I know this isn't let's talk about everybody on the show because we just talked about the winners of the state, but we at SKORLDLE really appreciate what you've brought to our platform and your willingness to always volunteer your time. I know you're a busy guy doing a lot of other things in sports, and I think it truly shows where your heart's at as far as Oklahoma high school sports. And I know it's something that you love and have a passion about. And the biggest thanks I have is to all the coaches. You and I've talked about this before, Mark. It's crazy the positive reception we get, the yeses always, we'll do that, we'll work around our schedule. Tonight, Mike Dunn does the show from the 80s convention. Laura Montgomery leaves and goes out in the parking lot to join. And those are just small examples. When I was talking to Bobby earlier on, he said, hey, if I can jump on later because I got this deal with City Hall, and our content is those kids and the athletes and these communities. And we're going to continue to do everything we can to enhance high school sports in Oklahoma. Because these stories you hear, how many people knew that the McCord kid was a bullfighter, right? I mean, it's just really cool stuff. And you hear it all the time, and you get to hear the cool stories about Talihina and the dynasties with Bixby and the exceptional athletes that Rejoice is putting out there that are being recruited at an incredible level. Like a lot of people don't realize the kind of athletics we have in the state. And we're going to keep doing shows like this to let people know.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. We will
TOC is
next. Some basketball. Yeah.
Yep. TOC is next.
I won't be at the TOC, so you guys are going to have to you have to pull that one home without me.
All right. Thanks to everybody that joined us tonight. Have a great night, and we'll see you at the Tournament of Champions.
6 surgeons, 4 locations, 1 goal: to improve the health and lives of people in Oklahoma. At Oral and Maxillofacial Associates, we treat every patient like family. As the preferred dental implant and oral surgery specialist of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and with over 30 years of service to our community, we are trusted by professionals and dedicated to expert care. With 4 convenient locations around the metro area, we are here for you. Trust the experts at